So originally when I started making jars, YouTube University failed me a little bit on this because I would put the filter patches and then I would put the red silicone sealant, the red sealant, but the red sealant, it would always pop off. And so I started making these lids later on, and these are way better. So as you know, your Cordyceps liquid culture, you really need to keep it dark. So I wrap it in foil, and then I also put it in a black cabinet. This is our old culture. It looks good. It looks pretty clear. I'm pretty sure it's contaminant free. This one looks a little bit milky. This one we're going to toss. We have two more that we just started from a clean spore syringe, and then we keep mother plates in the fridge too, so we have a backup reserve. So you might be wondering what I'm doing with this. I know for certain that this cake up here is not contaminated. So Cordyceps in a bag. I'm really curious about how this is going to turn out. I've never done it this way before, and I haven't seen anyone else who's done it this way. So we want to seal this immediately. The more time we have it open, the more we risk of contaminating it. Might want to plug it in first. I was like, why isn't it working? So, what do you think? Do you think this will work? I mean, a tub has, probably less air. I mean, most of the videos on making tubs, you just poke 4 holes in each corner, or a hole in each corner, so 4 holes total. So after we crush this stuff like this, we're going to put it in a dark spot. now I'm curious to see the other two. We'll just use the actual liquid. So we'll see how that goes. So go ahead and stir it up really good. Since I want to get rid of this bag, we're going to use a lot. So that's kind of haphazard. I suspect that these two are probably going to be contaminated. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. And I have a ton more of these bags that I made. So when the next thing of liquid culture is ready, I'm just going to use the syringe method with those. Previously, we were just starting off with our grain spawn in the jar, and then we were transferring our mycelium to our wood mix. As you know, the back mix for Cordyceps is going to be a little bit different. Whenever I make any type of grain spawn, or I make liquid culture, or I make agar for agar plates, I like to let it sit for at least a week. So kind of as a control. And then sometimes I'll even leave one jar or one plate empty and mark that as a control. So here we can see Pia Pino, Florida oyster. This enzyme juice right here could be very useful, actually. Sometimes if there's a little bit of an infection it's fighting off, it'll create these enzymes. So you can see that happening here. So this had a little bit of an infection, this blue oyster. And so I'm going to let it continue and see if it starts to, if the blue oyster wins and there's a ton of enzymes down here, those enzymes could be very useful. You know, you can create a solution. So anytime you have an infection with that specific type of mycelium, that specific species, then you can possibly use those enzymes. The liquid cultures that we have a lot. So as you can see, all of these are different species. We're still running everything through QC before we list it on the website. So keep an eye out for that. So I built this humidity device, and it's hooked up to a sensor. These are the chestnuts my son is doing. We can't really see, can we? So those look really good. These are some pink oyster. These are reishi over here. And previously we just had an issue with fungal gnats. So we had to get rid of a bunch of bags because of that. They also went outside. So we got this for our fungal gnat. These videos are pretty good. If you get a chance, check them out. We were also looking at something called the fungal fly destroyer. So right now I'm trying to write a research proposal to try to get some of those spores from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And we're going to see if we can try to create something that can basically act as a fly insecticide, but not harm our mushrooms. You know, in that, of course, it's completely not toxic. And I know it sounds like the start of The Last of Us, but that's not possible. So, looks like our reishi is peaking. That's good. It's kind of hard to see. This is the reishi that we foraged. We found it in an island in the middle of the botanical gardens in Chicago, and it's very aggressive. It's really good. So we sorted that from. We took spores and we also took a clone of it, and we sorted that out in a petri dish. And from the petri dish, we put it in liquid culture. Anyway, yes, this is the tent. There's more tents we have in other areas. Once again, thank you. This is Michael from Ghana.